Hello my beautiful lovelies, welcome back to the channel. And this one is different. Okay, this is a pick a card reading, but this is all about for the month of May 2022, what all the things you can expect, certain situations, things you need to be aware of, things you need to be a little cautious about, and the kind of energies, what kind of energies you can work around with in the month of May to get better results, or to be able to manifest your goals more easily, the kind of energy that you're going to be surrounded with in the month of May. So we are going to get into this. That's why I already have like pre-shuffled the oracles, because there are a lot of oracle cards. So I am really like going in. We are digging deep here. We are going into as much details as possible, because I feel that this is the first time I'm doing like monthly pick a card readings. So I feel that I just need to do this right, and I want to get into as much details as possible. Initially I was planning of actually shuffling, live, but then I was like right while I'm recording, but then I was like, it's gonna take a lot of time and people have like, you know everyone's busy. So yeah, we already have pre-shuffled oracle cards, and what this is going to do is, for example, if you picked a certain pile, you can go through the oracle reading itself, which is going to be the first part of the reading. And if the kind of energy, the messages, if it resonates, you can continue watching the same pile, where we'll get into a lot more details with the tarot. But if, for example, you chose pile one and it didn't resonate, so you can just like skip to another pile and again watch the oracle reading. So oracle reading, for like being able to do the oracle reading first, also provides you with that sense of general awareness and understanding of the energy of that pile. And if it resonates, you can continue watching forward. If it doesn't, you can move on to another pile. If there are probably one or more, like more piles than one that you were drawn to. And we have a beautiful train. For some of you, that could be a message that you are going to be traveling, maybe, through train, who knows, in the month of May. Or there could be some long distance travel, for anything, for work or for, celebrations or something like that. Yeah. So that's just a message, and it just came right through. So I was like, I'm just going to put it out there. So, as usual, we have the three piles in front of us. This, I tried and did something different today. So we definitely have the crystals, okay, for all the three piles. So pile one, we have the Labradorite crystal. Yes, thank you. So it's a gorgeous Labradorite. For pile two, we have the Bloodstone. You won't be able to see, I'm not sure if you're able to see the red spots that you have on the Bloodstone, but it's like a dark greenish. I think you can see it here. Here, you have that red spot. So that's Bloodstone for you guys, pile two. And for pile three, we have our gorgeous green Aventurine. It's like, it has like a gradient, so it's like so pretty. So there we go. We have pile 1, 2, and 3, and also we have a tiny picture, a picture card, which actually contains an affirmation for you guys, like for all the three different piles. So these are the images which can also probably help you pick your pile. Maybe there was a particular image that like really pulled you in, so you can use like pick like that as well. So this is the first card. It's like a tropical foresty vibe. It's very green with a clear sky. So that's pile 1 with Labradorite. Pile 2 is a beautiful pink sky. I feel like this is like either like the dusk time, like just right before sunrise. It's so pretty. I love this one. And like again, like the trees kind of standing out in the it's a gorgeous, all the cards are gorgeous, and they all have affirmations at the back of them, which I will read to you guys once we move to your pile. And this one's kind of like a, I'm not sure, if you have yellow northern lights, but this looks like that. This also looks like volcanic eruption or something like that. But I love the stars happening, the star situation happening here. Love it. So that's what we have for pile 3, okay? With green aventurine. So you can pause the video and, however you want to pick the pile. I will start with pile 1. Hello, my lovely pile 1s. If you chose the Labradorite crystal, okay, this is going to be your reading for the month of May 2022. We have the very first thing that we have is an affirmation, which I'm going to read out to you at the end of the oracle reading. So we'll keep it right here. Okay. And let's get straight into it. The month of May. Hopefully it brings, a lot of movement and just happiness in everyone's lives. Okay, so the first card that we have is kind of like the general energy card, which is going to give us a more like the overall feel of the month of May for you guys. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so and it says Dharma. So I feel like in the month of May, pile 1 for you guys, if you guys follow your dharma, follow your calling, follow your life's purpose. If you have already understood what it is, and that's what you need to do. With dharma, I'm also saying like you need to just keep doing your work, and don't worry about the results. I feel like the results will follow, but you just need to be at it. You just need to be willing to just be able to give your best in whatever situation, without worrying too much about the consequences. I'm seeing that the universe here is like trying to tell you that you just like pile 1, just keep doing the work. Okay, I'm here, like the universe is like saying ki I'm here, and I'm watching everything, so don't worry about the results. I'm gonna give it to them once I feel like you've done enough work or whatever. Like it's like you don't need to worry about the results in the month of May. You do not need to be like, for example, I'm seeing if you're planning to start something new. Okay, if you're planning to let's say invest somewhere, buy a house, or like start a new business, whatever it is, the universe is like just keep on working to make that dream possible. Okay, and how it's going to happen, I'm going to take care of it. Like you don't have to worry about the consequences. Or if you're like, oh, I'm planning to start a new business, and but I do not have enough like financial investment, the universe is like plan everything out, do everything, and start doing it, start taking one step at a time, and I'm going to take care of the rest. So whatever you're going to do in the month of May, pile 1, the energy that I'm seeing is don't worry about the consequences. Okay, that does not mean that you're going to go out there and abuse somebody or something like that, not in terms of like those negative aspects, but it's like if you're wanting to do something with your life, right? If you've been planning to do something, or if you've been planning to kind of move in a certain direction, start doing it in the month of May without really being attached to the outcome that it's going to give you. Just enjoy the process is what I'm seeing. Like just enjoy the process. It's more like enjoy the journey, go with the flow. Okay, and rather than just stressing too much about the destination, because guys, like journey is the most experiential thing. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but it's the journey that gives you all those experiences, not the final destination when you reach there, right? So, yeah, I'm just getting that. Like, just enjoy the vibe. Don't worry about the consequences. Like, trust the universe. Everything's going to be fine in the month of May. So, that's what we have. The next two cards that we have. Wow, okay. Okay, I can't even make this up, you guys. I haven't seen the cards. I just like shuffle them, and this is crazy. Like I just mentioned this. So for some of you, you guys could definitely be like physically traveling, moving to into a new house, moving into a different state or a different country in the month of May. But for some, again, the most important message that I'm seeing is don't be afraid to walk down the path because it's new and you do not have any experience. You haven't walked down that path before. Um, it's gonna lead to a lot of like lessons in your life. I'm seeing pile one. The month of May, whatever journey you are taking in the month of May, it's gonna bring a lot of important lessons in your life for you to learn from. And again, it's the same message that just like enjoy the journey, focus on the journey, not on the destination. Okay, the next card that we have is the goddess of the moon. And interestingly, in this journey card as well, it's kind of like nighttime because she's carrying like a light, lantern maybe, and here's the light as well. So it's nighttime here as well. So I feel that for some of you in the month of May, maybe it's the nighttime when you're going to be a lot more productive, pile one. So this is also about connecting with the moon energy, with the feminine energy. I feel like in the month of May, you need to connect more with your intuition, with your inner self, with your guides and angels around you that are present around you. They probably could be sending a lot of signs in the month of May across you guys. So you need to like really pay attention to, all those signs. Maybe they'll help you in this journey that you're going to be walking in the month of May. I feel in the month of May, you need to overcome your fears as well. For some of you, you could potentially be just be on a journey to work on your fears, to get rid of that negativity out of your life, to be able to level up from those illusions and fears that the moon brings. Like, for example, like, look at this card. She's like the goddess of the moon. She is the one who controls the moon. What does the moon represent? It represents our mind, our intellect, our emotions, our intuition, right? It also represents our fears and illusions that we have in our mind, that our mind creates around us. It limits us, right? It's because of these fears and illusions we restrict ourselves, we hold ourselves back, we hesitate to take the next step. And that's important for you to really be able to begin this new journey, whatever this is for you guys, pile one. Before beginning that, or to be able to walk on this path more smoothly, I feel that in the month of May, you also need to work on those fears and illusions that we, have they've been present in our head for a while, maybe, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's move on to the next card. The next card that we have for you guys is bring love into the situation. We have new moon in Aquarius energy. So whatever this is, like in the month of May, don't hesitate when it comes to socializing. That's the Aquarius energy. Aquarius loves to make friends and socialize and network, get in touch with people who can actually help them move forward in whatever journey that they're moving into. So that's also something that you need to kind of work on. For example, if you are somebody who's a little more introverted, or someone who just prefers, working alone, you need to understand that sometimes working in team is way more productive and, helpful, and it's easy on you, as it's a little easier as well because you're bringing more than one energies. So yeah, in the month of May for you guys, pile one, what I'm also seeing is go out there, meet people, socialize, network, interact with like-minded people, share your goals, visions, discuss things together, come up with solutions together if there's a problem. I feel like some of you could be of, those kind of people who want to find solutions to everything all by themselves, which is great. But again, sometimes if you're running out of time, or if you just feel like you're not able to come up with something, it's okay to look out for some help. Okay. So I'm seeing again, on this new journey, you can definitely make new friends, new connections. Um, because the Aquarius is also the house of, like, it represents the 11th house, which represents like wealth and gains and friends and, all that like good energy. So yes, I feel that with bring love into the situation, whoever you interact with in the month of May, be more kind and compassionate to them, and just like sometimes it's okay to let your guard down a little bit so that you can bring in people into your lives who can, who bring value, a certain kind of value into your life. Okay. So the next card that we have is Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Okay. So again, I feel like for some of you, you guys could be, I feel like there is, see, we all are kind of blessed with certain gifts naturally, right? A universe has given each and every one a fair share of fair share of gifts that we are born with. And I feel like in the month of May, you need to share those, and the only way you can share those is when you interact with people, when you open up to people, when you share your thoughts with people, when you share your ideas, ideologies, and beliefs with people. Follow the inner call. That's what I said with the Wheel of Fortune as well, with the journey, that follow your intuition. Whatever this is in the month of May that you're wanting to do not get very calculative or practical about it. Just do it because you are being called to do it. We do not need to, sometimes you do not need to find a reason for each and everything. Don't let anything stop you, which again speaks of the fears and illusions. Some of you could be like, oh, I am, I don't have anything to offer or something like that. Those negative thoughts could be there in your life as well. You definitely are good with people. I feel like you're someone who people can really look up to with the Teacher Awakens. You are way more stronger and powerful than you could imagine, pile one. That's also what I'm getting. Okay. Interesting so far. Let's see what else do we have. We have, so the next one that we have is this card. I feel that the month of May is all about being assertive, pile one, for you guys. This message, you really need to awaken, like open up your throat chakra, because I'm seeing that I'm seeing leadership roles here as well for some of you guys. If you're working, you need to be more assertive. You need to know how to get things done. You need to, because I am seeing with the Mary Magdalene that, you have that influence on people. You have that effect on people that they will, listen to you. Whatever this is. You have a certain wisdom about you. You don't have to be older to have, wisdom. Uh, yeah, I'm seeing like really getting into that power where you have the ability to influence people, you know, really deep down, through your actions or just through your own journey. If there are people who are observing the journey, you have the ability to really motivate people and inspire people and kind of like light that spark again. For some of you, you need to definitely be, you need to be careful about your temperamental issues if some of you have any, because I feel that you guys are equally like emotional or sensitive. Some of you, possibly could get offended a lot more easily. So that is something that we need to keep in check. The next card that we have is trust. And what did I say before? So, with trust, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. That's again going with the goddess of the moon really well together. And that's what we also have with the Wheel of Fortune, you guys. That, the universe is really asking you to trust it and trust the process and the journey that you are going to be on in the month of May. It doesn't, no matter how difficult it is, or no matter how different it is, you will get through this. Like whatever this is in the month of May, I'm not seeing a stuck energy. I'm seeing with journey, you're going to constantly be able to move forward. And that's what I also said, like in the very beginning of this reading, that, in the month of May, I'm getting that energy that, everyone's like receiving that sense of forward movement and, being happy. So I feel in the month of May again, everything like just, that's why I always say that we're just like messengers. We're like just translators, but the cards, they just do the everything, they work with energy. It's important for you to just keep taking one step at a time, trusting the universe. I know sometimes it's very, very difficult to really believe in yourself or how the situation is unfolding around us. Trust me, I've gone through the same situation a lot of times where we're just like completely, unaware of what's coming next, where we are heading. But trust me, trusting the universe and trusting that whatever is happening for good and believing in it, it really helps you get rid of that burden that we carry on our shoulders, you know. You need to understand, pile one, that we cannot control everything in our lives. There is a very small aspect of our life which we can control. They're just like three elements. One is what you visualize, what you think, and what you do. And that's nothing but law of attraction. That's the only thing that we have control over in this life, in this human form. We do not have control over anything else. So just like trust it, trust the process, trust yourself, and trust the universe as well. Wow, the next card that we have is Serendipity. This is one of the most gorgeous cards that I've seen. So with Serendipity, what I'm seeing is, first of all, this number 18, it kind of reduces to number 9. So with number 9, I'm seeing that, I'm so sorry about the noise, you guys. My neighbors are just, I don't know what they're doing. I'm like sitting right next to the joined wall, like the wall which separates the two houses, and I don't know. I guess there's some construction happening. They're getting something renovated, or God knows what is happening. I'm sorry. Please bear with me. I hope it's not that distracting and my voice is clear. So with serendipity, again, it speaks of like things falling into place naturally. whatever you've been wanting, the kind of life that you've been wanting, it's going to fall into place and naturally. There are going to be a lot of serendipitous moments in the month of May, possibly for some of you. You could be really attracted to green color, I'm seeing, because you picked up this card. Okay, it has a lot of greens. Then we have the journey card, has a lot of greens. Then we have this card. Again, it's the greens and oranges, or the shades of red. And blue as well. Because, guys, okay, colors play a huge role. Each and every color has a certain frequency and a wavelength as well. And they're different. They depict different emotions. So, if you feel like there's a certain color that's really popping out in your head and you're feeling like drawn to them, take it. Okay. So, last but not the least, we have Lullaby. Okay. And here we can see like there's a man, okay, and he's holding this instrument. Can we please focus? Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh. Okay, thank you. I hope it stays. So, and we see the, the moon and the stars on the instrument, and he's kind of like here. It's like this man is like the universe because you cannot see the eyes, so there's a certain sense of like unknowingness, like there's just like an energy, right? You don't know who this person is, and this person is like going to sing a lullaby and to help you go to sleep. So in the month of May, taking ample amount of rest is essential for you guys, pile one, to really be able to put your thoughts at rest. Most likely, we have moon as well. So work on your fears, work on those limiting beliefs that you have. And I feel like nighttime is really important for you guys. Maybe you can meditate during nighttime. Maybe you are someone who is a lot more productive. During the nighttime, because all the cards that we have are mostly like mostly it's nighttime here, of course, and in this card as well. So yeah, I feel like taking ample amount of rest, and also like there's always someone who's going to help you move out from a situation more smoothly. That's what I'm getting. Like there's always going to be either your spirit guides, your angels, your God, whoever you believe in, the universe. They're always going to be there for you guys to help you move out of a situation. Be able to leave things behind and move forward more smoothly. That's what I'm getting in the month of May for you guys. So if this message, this reading so far resonated with you, it feels like, yes, in the month of May, this is kind of like the energy that I'm wanting to get into, then you can continue watching, or otherwise, if not, you can move on to the next pile from here, and you can go through their oracle readings before watching the tarot readings. And if for all those you guys, if who have chosen to stay back, let's get into your tarot cards right now. So pile one, before we move into your tarot cards, I'm going to read the affirmation card for you. We have, I am free from limiting beliefs. And oh my God, like, can this be more accurate? Like, that was the message I was getting again and again, that the only thing that could possibly hold you back in the month of May is are going to be like your own limiting beliefs, the boundaries that you create for your own self, if you hold yourself back and if you hesitate in doing something, if you do not believe in yourself enough, that is the only obstacle that you're going to face in the month of May. And this is like so amazing. I'm free from limiting beliefs. So that is an affirmation that you can work with beautifully in the month of May. So now let's get into your tarot reading. We'll get into a lot more details here. Okay, so what do we have for pile one? What's coming next for them in the month of May? Also, you guys, please remember, always take these readings with a grain of salt. These are general readings. I just work with the energy, the present energy around here. And, so not everything's going to resonate for everyone. But even if there are like a few messages, here and there with the pile that you selected, that's important. It's important. You have yourself seen that how the cards kind of really connect to each other in each and every pile. So all I expect from you guys is to really be mindful and use your intuition while you choose your piles, because that's the only way it's going to resonate for you. Okay. So what's coming next? What can pile 1 expect in the month of May? And oh my God, are you kidding me? We have the Eight of Swords. You know what Eight of Swords is if you have been watching a lot of tarot readings in my videos, or even other readers. But if not, that's what I'm here for. Eight of Swords, you can see a girl. She's wearing this donkey skin, right? She's hiding herself. Maybe she's hiding away from something or someone that could possibly represent the difficult and challenging situation that you're probably going to face in the month of May. And there are all these swords around her, which are kind of like into the skin, the donkey skin around her. And she thinks that now she's trapped. Okay? She thinks, and again, tarot is genderless. There are no gender energies in tarot. Like, there's no differentiation. So I am just considering her she, because in this card it's a girl, but it could be anyone. Like, this is just like you and your energy, and it makes so much sense because the Eight of Swords basically represents restraints, holding yourself, feeling like you're stuck, feeling like you are you cannot move forward, but it's just an illusion in your head where you really can, right? So she can, even though there are like swords, kind of stuck into the donkey skin, she is still not confined, right? She can easily get out of the skin and move out of this situation. So Eight of Swords, pile 1 is always, like, to me, is a situation where you are negatively attached to something that's holding you back. Or it could be your limiting beliefs where you feel like you do not have the potential to move out of that situation. It could be either of those two. Either you're willingly not wanting to move out of something because you're so like toxically attached to something, or again, swords represent your mind. It's all these fears and illusions and limitations, are in your mind, in your head, and they're not actually there in the physical world. So you need to be very, very careful about questioning yourself and doubting yourself. And even if there are other people who like doubt you or question you, your actions, don't let it affect you. I feel like in the month of May, you really need to take care of your mental health, pile 1. Wow, okay. So we have the King of Coins. As I said, there is something very mature and wise about. There's a lot of wisdom that you guys carry. Again, the King of Coins is that energy where someone is willing to provide that foundation for other people to grow. And with, Lady Magdalene, right, the card that we pulled out here for you guys, it speaks of, sharing the gifts that you have, something important that you have to share. And that's what the King of Coins is. Like, share your experiences, share your resources, maybe, because we have the King of Coins, which is going to allow other people who are probably lagging or they're way behind you, give them that support, provide them that support to grow, and it's going to help you, it's always like, it's like that, whenever you help someone, you get in return, what you get is not the help in return, but you get that sense of validation. And it's I guess validation is like a wrong word, but you get a sense of satisfaction. It feels good when you help somebody, right? So that's like that. It's a give and take. It's not just you giving something. When you are opening yourself up to share things to people, there is a lot of like just happiness and satisfaction and contentment that you receive in return, which actually like aids your mental health. Okay, so but again, with King of Coins, I'm seeing that you're doing good in terms of your career. I don't feel like there's anything to worry about. But in the month of May, mental health and becoming more confident and learning how to really believe in yourself is what I'm seeing. Okay. We have Two of Wands, the next card. To me, this represents planning, strategizing before taking an action, right? So there's basically like two sides to the same coin. It's kind of like that the body is the same, but there are two heads. And then on one side, this person is holding a wand, and the other side, there's a key. Okay. Again, there are like there's like a difficult way to go through something, and there's an easier and more practical way to do something, to open a door maybe. Two of Wands to me again represents like two people coming together. So maybe you could be partnering up with someone as well. But this person could have like different opinions. Okay, and that's why I told you that, you need to be careful about your temperament if you're dealing with other people. Especially if their thoughts and your thoughts are not matching on something, that's what you need to work on. Like, you need to not lose your temper. Two of Wands, otherwise, to me, it represents like travel plans or just like planning things and strategizing about things. So, in the month of May, you could definitely be making some future plans. You could be okay. Some of you could be dealing with some unexpected travel as well. Okay. But the Two of Wands is more of like visualizing, seeing a future. It's again that energy of being able to believe in yourself that yes, whatever I'm planning, I can execute it as well. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. We have the King of Swords and Ten of Swords. Interesting. With the Ten of Swords first, you've definitely been feeling a lack of support. Maybe in the recent past, maybe in the month of April, or just in the year 2022. You've been feeling like everyone around you is trying to harm you in one way or the other, okay? Everyone around you is trying to pull you down from even if you're like climbing upwards. And it's probably someone from your own circle, from someone around you. So in the month of May, I feel that number one, don't overthink and stress about who's causing what problems. But with the King of Swords as well together, what I'm seeing is that be like open to see things clearly. Okay, be open to seeing things clearly. Don't get attached to things or even people and relationships so much that you're not able to see through the right intentions behind people. Okay, with the Ten of Swords and Eight of Swords, you're probably attached to someone who does not have good intentions for you, pile one. So I'm seeing like maintaining certain boundaries. With King of Swords, you need to be honest to yourself. You need to be honest to yourself that, that this person is not good for me, or this relationship is done for good and I need to move on. I'm sensing, okay, there's a lot of swords energy, and then there's coins and wands. So the signs involved are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also had the new moon in Aquarius. Okay. So you could be someone who overthinks a lot. Okay, who overthinks a lot. you just don't trust, and that's why we had that trust card as well. It's not just about your inner self, but it's also about like people around you, because at the bottom we have Three of Cups. I feel like you do not you have a lot of trust issues, pile one. You do not trust people very easily, and that is why maybe, you know, people get that energy that you're not connected to them enough, or as much as they would want to, or as much as you should. But yeah, they always feel like a certain sense of disconnect. And wow, I was using the Morgan Greer tarot for like clarification, and look at this, the bottom card that we have is also Three of Cups. So and then we had the card of Aquarius, New Moon in Aquarius, bring love into the situation. Yes, look at your relationships not through the lens of practicality and your mind. See your relationships through your heart, pile one, is what I'm seeing. Because I feel like you just like, you're too impulsive. Even when, first of all, you do not open up to people, no matter how close they are to you. You do not share your problems with them, okay? You are not willing to even work together as a team because you feel like you can do everything all by yourself, because we have two kings energies. But you need to understand that we all need the right kind of balance in our life, right? With King of Swords, I'm definitely sensing cut out the nonsense. Okay, so yeah, just like bring in more clarity, you guys, pile one. Okay, let's see, what do we have? What do we have for the Eight of Swords? Can you please clarify the Eight of Swords, please? There are a lot of cards. So we're gonna shuffle that again. Okay. What do we have for Eight of Swords? Please clarify. Can you please clarify? Angel Spirits Guides, what do we have for Eight of Swords? Okay. So there are three cards, and I'm not sure if I should take them, but they just like jumped out of the deck, so maybe I should. We have a Six of Cups. Speaking of relationships, maybe past relationships could be something that you're still toxically attached to, or you're not able to move on from a relationship that you had in the past. Okay, you're kind of juggling but then you still want to have like a more stable present. You want to lay a strong foundation. You want to celebrate life, but there's this relationship, friendship, or a connection from the past that's really not allowing you to move out of that situation, and you kind of find yourself in the middle of these two things, the act of balancing, and like a never-ending cycle. You feel like you won't never be able to get out of this situation, but you can see the boat sailing behind. So there is that sense of movement coming in for you guys. A more solid and stable relationship is there for you to achieve it. Again, interestingly, we have number 6 and number 4, which are kind of like reverse. They're like mirror images of each other. So it's like only when you're able to really free yourself from whatever this Six of Cups energy is, you will be able to achieve that sense of harmony, balance, celebration, joy, and, you know, all of that, a strong foundation. And that's how you kind of need to like, that's how you'll be able to move out of this duality. Okay. Next card that we have is the King of Coins. What do we have for the King of Coins? Can you please clarify the King of Coins? Okay, I'm getting this one. Ace of Pentacles. Amazing. I feel like, yes, King of Coins is also the last card. It's the same suit card representing, okay, it's representing the same suit card. And we again have the Three of Cups at the bottom. I feel like there's also a friendship or something that's matured, okay, to its last, like it's matured. So either you need to now take that relationship into onto like another level, take it, or with Ace of Pentacles, I'm seeing there's a journey that's been finished that needs to be wrapped up with the King of Coins, and you need to open yourself up for the new possibilities, the new opportunities that we have. I'm definitely sensing that in the month of maybe April, or just like for the previous 2022, you've been feeling like, oh, I've finished a journey, it's been a long time since I finished like a journey, but I'm not able to move on. I'm not able to bring something new into my life. And maybe that was meant to be like a phase where you really sit down with yourself, introspect, and do all of those things. But now in the month of May, I am seeing some action. I'm seeing some planning being solidified, okay, into something more solid and stable. So that's good. Next, let's clarify the Two of Wands. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords. Oh my God, we have two aces back to back. With King of Swords and Ace of Swords, that's what I said. Get out of your head, pile one. It's high time you get out of your head. It's high time you let go of those negative thoughts and negativity or anything, just like limiting beliefs here that you need to set yourself free from. Just gain that clarity. What is it that you want to do? And if you know the answer, if you get the answer, just like go for it. Don't overthink about it. Don't make things complicated in your own head, pile one. Like, I feel like you have the tendency to always complicate things up for like no reason. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. I'm interested to see. Okay. For some of you, you could be having issues with your mother or your spouse in the month of May. Maybe you have separated from your spouse, or you have maybe lost your mom. It's again going to be very, very specific for just like some of you, so you don't have to be. Or I feel like there's just like a little disconnect, some arguments coming in the month of May. Because Ten of Swords is not more physical, it's more intellectual. It represents your mind. So with the Empress, I feel number one, maybe you and your mother do not share similar thoughts or ideologies. It also represents your concept of abundance and love. So I feel like that's being hurt here with the Ten of Swords, pile one. Your understanding of abundance, love, nourishment, caring for each other, those kind of emotions, you do not have a very positive association with those terms. It's the mindset, right? It's like the money mindset or the abundance mindset. You need to kind of make some changes in your mindset. Really ask yourself these questions in the month of May, pile one. How do you perceive abundance? What is abundance to you? Is it just the monetary wealth, or are you like able to see the abundance beyond something that's more physical? Okay. Okay, let's clarify. Oh, we have a lot of cards that just like flipped over, I guess. Yeah. Last but not the least, we have the King of Swords. Wow. We have the Death card. So that's what I said. There's definitely some transformation coming in for you guys. You need to like just clear the head out. You need to get out of your head. You need to be more in touch with your inner self. Those again with the Empress, as well as the the goddess of the moon card, you need to be more in touch with like the receptive self, the more intuitive self, the feminine self, no matter which gender you identify yourself with in the month of May. But yes, again, I feel like this affirmation speaks so much about this whole reading. It just like wraps it up. That in the month of May, you need to work on freeing yourself from the limiting beliefs that you have. And that's how you'll be able to see that transformation within. You'll be at a much better position. Right now, I'm also seeing that you do not have a great sense of self or a positive sense of self, let's say. And that's where and that's the aspect where you are transforming in the month of May, pile one. A lot of new beginnings, but that's only going to come after you're able to detach yourself, get out of your comfort zone, and really allow yourself to take those steps towards that journey, because the universe is right there with the Wheel of Fortune to guide you and to be there with you, to support you with everything that you want to do. But yes, I feel like freeing yourself from limiting beliefs, getting out of your comfort zone, being able to cut through the nonsense, being able to cut through the confusion, the doubts that you have. Your mind plays a huge role here, pile one. I feel like you're someone who, if you're just like not doing anything, sitting idle, you'll just like start overthinking about just like random things. We have two of wands. You're probably very concerned about future. You're probably living in the future more than you're living in the present, So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys, pile one, and hope this reading resonates. I know it's a long reading, so, if you kind of like stood here with me, till the end, thank you so much. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, the bell notifications so that you never miss an update whenever I post future readings. I am going to be posting mid-weekly, like mid-month readings as well for the month of May upcomingly. And I've also recently posted 2 new pick a card readings, which you can check out in the pick a card playlist. And, hopefully you'll have a great transformative month of May, pile one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, take care. Hello, my lovely pile twos. You chose the pile two belonging to the Bloodstone. I'll keep it right here so that you can see it. And this is the affirmation card that you picked up. We're going to read the affirmations right after the oracle reading at the very end. Now, the way this reading is going to work out or pan out is that I'm going to pull out a lot of oracles. First of all, these pre-shuffled oracles that we have to get the energy off the pile too. So if you feel that this resonates for you, this is what you're looking forward to, or this is what you've been feeling, that's probably coming for you in the month of May. You can continue watching even after the oracle, and we will get into the tarot later on. And if you feel like, after watching the oracle reading that this is not your pile, you can switch to pile 3 or pile 1 and then watch their oracle readings. So it's just that, it's a little easier for you guys that you don't have to watch the reading all the way through, because this is like a really in-depth reading. Like it's almost like 50 minutes for each and every pile. So it's a long reading. And if you're going to be giving me that much time of your, from your day, from your everyday, like from your day, then I would really want you, when you move out of the reading, to be really taking something from it, and it's going to help you in one way or the other. So that's why we have the reading in 2 parts. We will go through the oracle cards first, and then we'll get into the tarot, and let's get started. So for you guys, pile 2, the first card that we have is the moon. This is so amazing because I feel like in general, a lot of us collectively are like, the month of May is majorly talking about just like becoming more stronger from within, like, what being able to work on our fears and illusions that we just kind of make up, like our mind creates in our head, and we think that they're real, and then we are kind of restrained by them. We feel confined and restricted. In the month of May for you guys, pile 2, number 1, I am seeing you guys exploring the unknown. Now, this could be anything for like all different one of you. Again, take these readings with a grain of salt because these are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate for all of you guys, but whatever resonates, take it. What doesn't, leave it behind. You don't have to stress about it. With the moon, I am seeing some emotional and mental struggles. Maybe you are going through them right now, which probably will come to an end. But before anything comes to an end, it reaches to its peak and then falls down, right? That's how the wavelengths work. What I'm also seeing is that these emotional and mental conflicts are they're regarding you and yourself, not as much as other people. So you're probably exploring another side of yours. You're probably working on your fears and negativities and negative thoughts. Some of you are even getting more into like spiritual aspects of life. Maybe you are being introduced to spirituality in the month of May. With the moon, I'm also seeing like transition because the moon changes like every single day. They're like different phases, right? The moon goes through. And I feel that you're definitely shifting. You're switching here, pile 2. Okay, let's take out some more cards and see. I'm also seeing, because we have the patience and cornucopia, which is like abundance, some of you have been waiting a little too long to see some results of your hard work. Pile 2, I'm so sorry. I keep saying pile 1. Maybe you were drawn to pile 1, or it's just me. I'm not sure. But yes, with cornucopia, which basically speaks of abundance, and spring as well, we have patience, which speaks of winter, and spring follows winter, right? So I feel like some of you are actually like really getting impatient maybe in the month of May to really see certain results of your actions. But with the moon, the universe is again trying to tell you that, it's the darkest before dusk, right? It's the darkest time before the sun, actually just like rises. And it's you will definitely go through the most peak winters before experiencing the spring season. So in the month of May, you're definitely moving closer to abundance. You're definitely moving closer to satisfaction, sense of fulfillment, and just like to be able to see the bright sunlight. You can see the rays coming out of this card, the sun's rays, and we have a butterfly kind of representing transformed beings, transformation. I feel like you guys have been waiting to see certain results, but you've been feeling like left out in the cold. You feel like universe is not listening to you or something like that, but you're not able to see the process or the things that have been happening underneath the surface. That's what the moon represents, like something hidden or something under the surface, which you cannot see through like naked eyes most of the times. It's energy work. I feel in the month of May, the energy is that number 1, be grateful for the things that you have right now, pile 2, and be more patient. Give it some more time. Don't put like deadlines on yourself and you feel like, oh, if I haven't received something by this time, then I'm not going to be able to receive it any longer. Don't stay in that mindset, because the moon is constantly changing. Moon is never the same. So no matter what the situation you're in right now and how difficult it is, it's not permanent. It's going to change. It's not going to be the same as it is right now. All you need is a little bit more patience, okay? um and it's like during the winters when it's snowing and everything, you become more lazy, and like we just don't feel like getting out of the bed. Maybe some of you could possibly, with the moon and patience card together, some of you could be going through depressive phases or moments of depression, or just like, you know, feeling fatigued and burned out and all of that, like feeling there's a sense of exhaustion even when there's no physical activity. It's more like mental exhaustion or like emotional exhaustion that you guys are going through. But it's going to change. We have number 11. It's going to change. With number 16 reducing to 7, this is a difficult time, of course. It's a challenge maybe that you're going through right now. It's a difficult situation. Switch, especially because it's taking a toll on your emotional health. But with the cornucopia, I am seeing, the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm able to see it. Trust me, guys, things are going to change for sure. In the month of May, you will see better results. You will be able to perform better in the month of April, okay? We have a new romantic cycle begins. This is new moon in Libra. For some of you, this could mean like typical, like a new romantic relationship, because it speaks about that. But Libra in general speaks of any relationships, right? So I feel that connecting more with people around you is going to actually help you get out of this mode of like this depressive zone. I'm also seeing that maybe you are someone who feels that, people around you do not really care for you or value you. The friends you have, maybe your family, or just like, people around you, your colleagues and everyone. And the universe is like, okay, if you feel like the relationships and connections that you have right now, do not hold enough value in your life, then bring in someone new, you know bring that other person who you feel can bring a lot more value into your life, who can probably help, who can probably make you switch from like this winter season to the spring season. So allow yourself, open yourself up to a new relationship. For some of you, I feel like maybe because you've went through a bad relationship in the past, now you're like afraid to give it another try, even though there's so much to explore out there. So don't again hold yourself back from establishing connections with people and getting closer with people. For some of you, this could be your very first relationship, and that's what the moon represents. It could be like you have no experience of being in a relationship in the past, and now you're afraid whether you will be able to survive through it or not. And the next card that we have is El Moria, Awakening Presence. It speaks, the universe is with you, wear a cloak of protection and love. So this is telling me that you guys are protected in the month of May, pile 2. You guys are protected. The universe is with you. So don't hold yourself back. Don't, be afraid to do something new, to dive into this new relationship, new beginnings. Because there is abundance out there. Just because you have gone through some difficult experiences in the past does not mean that, you're going to experience same things again. Just because with the moon there are certain fears around you, and maybe you haven't, again, experienced this situation before. Everyone has their own first, right? Everything has a first time. We have to do it. But that does not mean that that's going to stop us, or we're going to stop ourselves from doing it. With El Moria, the universe is with you, and it's protecting you and giving you all its blessings. So there's nothing for you to be afraid of. The next card that we have is the Death card. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings, and that's what I sense with the Patience and Cornucopia. Winter season represents endings of the season of the cycle, right? Everything kind of dies out, everything just like you do not see anything, everything's covered in snow and everything kind of looks lifeless, right? But then we move into the spring, which represents new life, new, you see new tree, new branches and new leaves on the trees after the winter in the spring. So you need to understand that endings are merely beginnings, and therefore it's important for us to really be okay with leaving certain things behind. Only if you're able to detach yourself from the things of the past and make space for the new, only then you'll be able to move forward. Only then you'll be able to bring this new cycle, okay, into your life. The next card that we have is this one. With this card, I am seeing forward movement. Yes, with the gun here, again, I'm seeing that, your intuition, let's say, okay, that's a tool for you to protect yourself, through which you can really protect yourself. The universe is there. Your angel spirit guides are the ones who are protecting you. You have so many tools available to you to protect you from, the unknown. But that does not, it's like, instead of being afraid of the unknown path and not taking a step forward, brace yourself, prepare yourself, have the right kind of tools necessary, or the right kind of energy and the right kind of connection with your higher self and your spirit guides around you, which are going to help you protect from any dangers which lie ahead of you. We have clean it up. So this is again speaking of like starting fresh, right? With the patience and cornucopia, with the new romantic cycle. Some of you could possibly definitely be getting out of a relationship, moving on, or just like, when do you clean your house? Okay, when you have guests coming in, when you have a new person coming into your house, right? When you want to give them an impression that, oh, your house is so nice and clean and proper. That's when we clean up the mess, right? We don't necessarily do it when it's just us in the house. So that's what I'm seeing with the death card and the new romantic cycle. There's definitely some new relationship coming in for you guys, bringing in a lot of abundance, bringing in a lot of gratitude, bringing in a lot of grounding energy for you guys. And I feel like they will help you lift up emotionally and mentally, and that's because of their energy, because they are, this relationship or connection or friendship, whatever this is going to be in the month of May, it's going to be like a cloak around you, which is going to protect you and love you. It's going to protect your aura. With clean it up, cleansing your house, cleansing your aura, cleansing your energies, it's very, very essential for you guys, pile 2, for the month of May. That's what I am sensing. But I'm sensing a shift, as I mentioned before. I am sensing in an overall situation, I'm sensing change, just how the moon changes, every single day. I'm seeing that change is coming. And until unless it completely unfolds, there's always going to be this sense of curiosity, and sometimes even that sense of, being scared, because you're not aware of what's coming next for you. But allow yourself to be more free and more open up, like move into this situation with a much more positive mindset, pile 2, that endings are merely beginnings. To begin something new, you need to end something and make, throw it out of your life, because you need to make space for something new that's coming in. Okay, so clean it up is a nice card. It's a really nice card, cute card though. It's like you're excited to see someone, you're excited to just like get rid. There's also probably going to be someone's energy around you, which is going to make you feel like, oh, I need to just like let go of my past, because it's like, really just like holding me back. And I want to sort my life. I want to be at a much better place. I want to be more available to people around me, is the energy that I'm getting. Next, we have keys on trees. Again, a similar energy where an elephant is kind of trapped in such like a high tower, but then there are keys hanging from all these different trees. And maybe the elephant might not know which key is the right one, but using the trunk that it has, it can really just like pull the keys and unlock himself or herself, right? So this is all about using your resources, using your gifts, using your energy to find solutions to things, to free yourself. This is also the card that I'm seeing with the moon and patience together. You have been feeling trapped for a while, pile two. And this is the time in the month of May where you really need to free yourself up, okay? You need to free yourself, you need to put an end to something, and you need to basically unlock yourself in the month of May. Okay, so this is what I have for the general energy reading for you guys. Let's look at the affirmation card, what it says. I only attract the best of the best and settle for nothing less. Wow. I'm going to repeat that again. I only attract the best of the best and settle for nothing less. I only attract the best of the best and settle for nothing less. There you go, 3 times. I feel like that is the energy, right? The moon is constantly changing. So pile 2, you need to constantly evolve in the month of May. And that's how you're going to be able to move from a difficult place to a much more stable and hopeful and loving energy, with the cornucopia and patience going hand in hand. Then we have there's definitely certain things which are coming to an end, and there are definitely some like new beginnings, but this end is in your hand. I'm seeing it's you who it really depends on, whether you're willing to go through this change, whether you're willing to put that final full stop onto something, before you're able to really prepare yourself and move into the future. So that's what I have for you in the month of May, you guys, pile 2. If this resonated, you can continue watching forward. If it didn't, you can move to the other piles that I have for you, and maybe you can go through them. I'll see you in the next one. For those who are staying, we will get into the tarot right now. So pile 2, let's see, what do we have for you? What's coming up in the month of May? What all can you expect? If the reading resonates, please like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. Join the fam. Hit the bell notification so that you never miss an update whenever I post readings like this one. Check out my Pick a Card playlist. There are a lot of timeless readings. And I'm going to be posting the mid-monthly reading as well for the month of May in probably the next week, as soon as we enter the month of May. And you can check those out as well, which will have a lot more details of where we are in the month of May and when we are moving forward. Okay, let's see what's coming for pile 2 in the month of May. Okay, the first card we have is Temperance. So Sagittarius energy, Jupiter energy. I feel like there's a lot of balance coming in, and a more positive mindset of working on things rather than giving up on them and making them right, finding the right kind of solutions. And that's what we had for your oracle as well. We had the keys on trees, where no matter what, you have that energy to be creative and find solutions to your problems. I'm seeing more mental peace and like alignment in general, like your body, mind, body, and soul are going to be aligned in the month of May. There's more peaceful energy. I feel like a lot of you have been maybe meditating in the past month or like so, and now you're able to really see the results. I'm also seeing that some of you guys are more like your emotions have toned down a bit, which is a good thing. I feel like you, through meditation, for a lot of you guys, I'm seeing pile 2, you can really have a grasp on your emotions and your emotional outlet. But with Temperance, with Sagittarius energy, it's a really good energy. The month of May is going to be fun. It's going to be balanced and harmonious. What else? Oh, wow. We have another major arcana, which is Justice. Libra energy, ruled by Venus. Okay. Again, it's that energy with Justice and Temperance together. Number one, you guys are going to be standing up against anybody doing something wrong. Again, with Justice, that's like a fighter, like standing up for the truth, not giving up on something that you truly believe in, not giving up on bringing justice to the situation, be it for others or for yourself. That's the kind of energy. There are going to be some major situations coming in your life, maybe in the month of May, because we have like 2 major arcanas right away, in the very beginning. Okay, I'm getting this one. King of Swords. So this is the card of gaining clarity and knowing the truth. Goes again so well with the Justice card here. Let's see what else is coming. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands, a lot of passion, fiery energy, more driven, more ambitious. Okay. Last but not the least, what do we have? Okay. We have the 8 of Coins. Okay. Makes sense. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit, another major arcana. I feel like the overall energy for you guys is going to be more... There's going to be a fair share of balance between what happens within you and what happens around you on the exterior. Okay? With the Knight of Wands and 8 of Coins, I am seeing you guys being a little impulsive and making certain choices and decisions which will have certain consequences in the future, which you may not love. But again, 8 of Coins, especially in this deck, is still about like, doing something which you do not resonate with now, or just be like doing something for the heck of it. You're not like enjoying it, or there's a certain sense of responsibility or a burden, or it's more like a duty that you have to do something. But with Temperance, I am seeing that you're not going to let it affect your mental health. You're not going to let things around you, situations around you, cause trouble within you. This is like your goal card for this month, pile 2, with the Temperance, that no matter what, okay, no matter if you have to fight with others for justice, if you have to take some action, and be like strong, confident, and bold, and do something that you really want to do, or if it's something that you have to do out of obligation, no matter what it is, I am not going to let it affect my mental peace, my peace of mind. That's the energy that I'm here. And again, I feel with the 8 of Coins, it's the never giving up energy, someone who's a very dedicated, very like ambitious. With Knight of Wands as well, someone who's driven, passionate, someone who is they do not care of the consequences of what's going to happen. With King of Swords, it's about gaining that clarity and insight as to what is it that you really want and what is it that you really are planning to achieve in this month. I'm seeing a very, very stable, good energy here, pile 2. And as I said with the affirmation, I only attract the best of the best and settle for nothing less. That's the Justice, King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands card all together. That Justice is, again, someone who is not willing to compromise, someone who's not willing to let things go so easily, right? King of Swords is, again, someone who brings that intellectual understanding, practical approaches, ideas, solutions, honesty, honest reviews and critics, honest criticisms. You're willing to take honest criticisms and constructive criticisms, which is in turn going to help you become a lot more better version of yourself. And with the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Coins, it's also like, with Knight of Wands and Eight of Coins, for example, there is something that you're doing, right? There's a job that you're doing or anything. There are going to be times where you are going to be loving it with the Knight of Wands, but there are going to be situations or certain aspects of that job which you're not going to enjoy as much. Now, what really depends is, are you going to let these things affect your mental peace and peace of mind? Or you're going to draw a strict boundary between your personal and professional life. And drawing that boundary it always helps you maintain a more stronger peace of mind. With Knight of Wands and Eight of Coins, although I'm definitely seeing you rushing into something, maybe because you're passionate about it, and then realizing that, okay, although I am passionate about this thing, there are certain elements of something or this thing which I do not appreciate or do not like. Now, either you can give up on that, but I'm not seeing that you're a person like that who easily gives up on situations. So you are like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to go get that. So you're a go-getter here in the month of May, pile 2. You guys are very, very strong-willed. You're mentally strong and stable. And you are like, I'm not going to take any nonsense or any BS from anybody else. And I'm just going to do what makes me feel happy, what I think is right. And after that, if there are going to be challenges and obstacles that I'm going to face, it's only going to be because of me, and I would take that responsibility. So it's also that energy, that doing what you love and doing what you really want to do, because at the end of the day, if things go wrong, you are the one who can blame yourself, instead of putting the blame on other people, and sometimes not even knowing at all who to put the blame on becomes difficult. It's like that. So month of May is intense for you guys, pile 2. My eyes are so heavy right now. Suddenly. Yeah. You're in the month of May, you're in a much better mental health space. That's what I'm seeing. And that is actually going to help you move forward and achieve your dreams and do something towards those dreams. And you'll be able to get through these difficult situations a lot more easier, in a little more easier way than others do, at least. Because we have the King of Swords in the center. It's, again, someone who's intelligent, someone who's street smart, someone who knows what they're doing. So, yeah. Let's clarify. What do we have for Temperance? Okay, we have 2 cards. We have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, two energies. We have the Ace and the Queen of Pentacles, clarifying the Temperance. I feel like you're very, very satisfied and content when it comes to like your physical things or like your money situation or monetarily. You are someone who could be planning to begin something new with a lot of confidence and a lot of planning and dedication. And with Temperance, I am seeing it growing. Like, I feel like there's a lot of potential in whatever this is that you're doing. It's more connected to yourself. Okay, some of you could be actually planning to either expand your work, expand your business, or take another house, buy another house. As I mentioned, again, we have strong Jupiter energy with the Temperance card. Okay, we have Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups reverse, and King of Swords. Like, wow. We have the Ace of Swords upright and the Seven of Cups reverse. This is exactly about making a choice, making a decision, picking a side with justice. Which side do you pick? Where there's a lot of temptations and confusions, or where there is a lot more clarity as to what is it that you want? So there's a battle that you need to kind of win from within, pile 2. I feel like you have a lot of options. You have a lot of things to choose from. And what's important is, how do you choose that one particular thing that you really want to do? How do you do that? What is it that makes you feel good, that makes you feel satisfied, content, at the end of the day? And would you like to be, remain in this temptation zone, or you would want to like move forward into this Ace of Swords energy? The King of Swords is again right there. He's someone who is very, very straightforward, doesn't like to sugarcoat things, very, very honest and intellectual, someone who brings a lot of ideas to the table. So that's great. We have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. With Two of Pentacles and King of Swords, I feel like you are kind of in a puddle, okay? You're kind of confused. Like, should I like trust my gut, or should I like go with my head? Because my head is saying all of these things. And, and you just like gain some clarity. That's what you're thinking. And the universe is telling you that there has to be like the right kind of balance between the two energies, be it like more spiritual energies, emotional energies and thoughts, or be it like, materialistic things. It's also like balancing between your mind and your intuition. There has to be like the right kind of balance. With Libra, we also get that energy of the balancing scales. Wow, King of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands. We have 3 aces, you guys, here. We have Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. There's definitely some energy coming in, really strong energy that's going to really motivate you and allow you to push forward. But to really solidify it in the physical world, we need to clear a lot of things. We need to get to know a lot of things. Ace of Swords also represents like new thoughts, ideas, new process, new ways of doing things, new information. And then we have Ace of Pentacles as well, which spoke about like, again, new beginnings in general. There's a lot of aces energies. And Queen of Pentacles here and the King of Swords are kind of looking right next to each other. And in the center, we have the Seven of Cups reverse. So it's like there is something that's in your head which is for sure going to solidify in the month of May. And the only thing that you need to keep in mind is it driven by your temptations, or is it a genuine need? Okay. I am seeing a lot of passion here. Okay. We have 3 cards for the the 8 of coins. Again, I feel like, oh, there are a lot of cards. I'm going to probably reshuffle them. But still, There are a lot of cards which are similar from pile one's energy, like pile one's reading as well. So maybe if you were drawn, you can go and check that pile out as well. We have the 10 of Pentacles, clarifying the 8 of Coins, which is nothing but 8 of Pentacles. You are working for a larger commitment in the month of May. There's a much greater cause that you're working for. As I said, sometimes it could be obligation. Maybe you want to start a new business, you want to do something new, you want to start fresh, but you have responsibilities with the 10 of Pentacles. You have family to take care of, you have a family to feed, and there are a lot of responsibilities and obligations, which is why you cannot just like get up one day and leave the job. We also have the 10 of Swords at the bottom, which we also had for pile one. You're definitely feeling overwhelmed by whatever this thing that you're doing, which you're not feeling like doing anymore. So number one thing that you need to do, pile two, is to really analyze what is it that you're not willing to do, or if basically your food and everything, like your money matters are going to be taken care of, let's say, would you still be continuing the job that you're doing? Will you still be doing the things that you are doing? Because sometimes it's just that monthly paycheck that we're waiting for, and because of which we are doing certain things, right? So that's there. Let's look at a final card for 8 of Coins. One more. I'm just like feeling like doing it. Page of Swords. Yes, you're definitely willing to, you're more curious and enthusiastic. You have a lot of questions regarding the work that you're doing. You're like, is it worth it? The kind of work that I'm doing, is it worth it? Or can there be other ways through which I can do it? You're kind of going back here, becoming asking more questions. Ask more questions in the month of May. And we have Page of Wands at the bottom. Get curious, get enthusiastic, be more adventurous, with the Knight of Wands. The overall energy for you guys is that much needed balance in your life with the Temperance and Libra as well. That much needed balance between being able to enjoy your life and doing things that you like, but there's also the other aspect of your life which needs to be taken care of. There are certain responsibilities, especially if you're married and if you have kids. There is a certain sense of responsibility that you need to fulfill, and you cannot run away from that, right? These are the harsh truths of the materialistic world. There are people who are working at a bank or at an organization from 9 to 5, but they're not feeling driven, right, in that workplace. And if you decide to continue that work in the month of May, great, it's your opinion. But to be really able to balance that energy, I am seeing with the Knight of Wands and Page of Swords, take time for doing something that really makes you feel alive. Do things that balances the obligation into something that you genuinely want to do. There has to be that right balance for you to function on a more long-term basis. Pile 2. What else? Did I miss something? No, yes. But King of Swords, interestingly, we have them in the center, and we have 2 King of Swords. In the month of May, you just need to be honest with yourself, pile 2. You need to be extremely honest to yourself. You're like, am I enjoying this? Yes. Am I enjoying this? No. But then why you're doing this? Be very, very clear in your head. Why are you doing certain things? Is it for obligation, or is it responsibility, or is it something that you like to do for fun? And really balance out your energy. I am seeing some temptations as well. So my advice or guidance that I am sensing here is that don't be too impulsive to rush into things, okay? Because everything has those hidden qualities. And we had the Moon card for you guys, which represents like things that are hidden. every career, every relationship, every person, they're always going to have that more hidden aspect of their life, of their existence, which we are going to probably encounter on a later, in a later during the day, maybe, or during the year. Or it's just something that's, sometimes we love something and we, just get straight into it, but then we realize that there are so many other aspects to it, and which you may not be loving as much as you did the first thing that actually made you take the, step in the first place. So pile two, for you guys, the main energy I'm sensing, there are definitely some new beginnings, a lot of clarity of head, like being clear in your head. What is it that you want? Why are you doing things that you're doing in the first place? For some of you, I am seeing at your workplace, for some of you, you could be promoted, you could be receiving some incentive, or you could be receiving some help, some extra benefits. You could be receiving some interns maybe who want to work with you or who'll be there under you to actually help you with certain things. All in all, I am seeing a good May for you guys, pile two. I mean, the energy is good. It's just that you need to maintain that peace of mind, that balance, that harmony in the month of May. You need not let anything affect this peace of mind. And again, balancing between what is it that you really want to do and what is it that you have to do in order to make the ends meet at the end of the day, right? So this could be, for example, you could be doing tarot, right? Because you love doing it and you're passionate for it, but then you could be doing another job, to earn that money, to keep the family running and all of that. Okay, so this is just an example. Take however this reading resonates. If it did, please hit the like button, subscribe, and join the family. Don't miss the bell icon because you don't want to miss the updates on the future readings that I post. As always, I try and be as consistent, and I post twice a week. I have posted the two other pick a card readings for the week, so yes, you can go check that out as well. And again, this is an affirmation with, again, eight of coins and the King of Wands with the Justice, the King of Swords twice. In the month of May, you are not supposed to settle. You're not supposed to compromise. You're not supposed to give up. That's the energy that I'm seeing here for the month of May. And it says, I only attract the best of the best and settle for nothing less. You need to push yourself, and you need to believe in the fact that you can achieve anything and everything you keep your finger at. With the Queen of Pentacles, she knows her worth. She knows her value. She knows that, she can turn anything into gold using her mind and her ideas and her creativity, her knowledge. And on the other hand, with King of Swords, it's important to have a very clear vision of what is it that you're planning to do in the month of May. So that when you actually are being faced with a difficult situation, you're able to cut through the nonsense and, not be entangled in all of the other temptations that are there around you, surrounding you. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I have for you, pile two. I hope you have an amazing day and an amazing month ahead. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, my beautiful pile threes. If you chose the green Aventurine crystal and this affirmation card, this is going to be your pile. This is going to be a reading. We're going to get into it. It's going to be all about what you can expect, the energy, and everything that's going to happen in the month of May. And let's get straight into it. Okay, so the affirmation card I'm going to read at the end of the oracles, okay? Once we do the oracle cards. And as always, as I said, with this reading, you can watch the oracle card reading, just, and if it resonates, you can watch the tarot reading, which is going to be as the second part of this reading. And if not, then you can watch, you can pick another pile that you would probably be drawn to, and you can watch that reading. So maybe, it's just a lot more easier. You don't have to watch the whole reading to figure out if this is your message or not. Also, these are general readings, so always take the messages with a grain of salt. Whatever resonates, take them. Whatever doesn't, let them be. Maybe they're meant for someone else because there are so many people watching, okay? So the first card is kind of the overall energy. We have the sun, a beautiful, okay? And look at this, like, I just like randomly put these pictures on top of the piles as well, and the energy kind of like just matches and syncs together so beautifully. We have really strong orange yellow energy, the energy of a joy and cheerfulness, okay? So with the sun, what I'm seeing is, first of all, like just like looking at this card, I'm seeing that things are changing for you for good. You're going to be feeling more energetic. You're going to feel more joyful, more cheerful. You're going to have a much more happier, like I think May is going to be much more happier than the past months have been. Maybe the past month could have felt a little more gloomy, a little more like just but the month of May is where you're really getting that source of energy. It's summertime here, at least in India, and I feel that you are someone who's a lot more productive and you're very energetic. I'm seeing Leo energy. For some of you, you will like get back on your routine, getting up early, waking up early in the morning, exercising, meditating, making like a to-do list for each and every day, being productive and organized. I'm seeing a shift in your lifestyle, you guys, pile 3, more than anything else. I feel like you're changing your life for good. You're taking things in your control. Like you're becoming more self-disciplined. I feel like you've left the shadows behind you now and you're moving towards light, okay? And just like on a general basis, I feel like the month of May is going to be more joyful and happy, okay? Which everyone loves to be joyful and happy, right? The next 2 cards are interesting. We have the man holding a coin and the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, which represents the 3rd eye chakra, which is your intuition. Okay, so with these 2 cards and with man holding a coin, okay, I'm seeing you guys are going to get more stronger in terms of your like psychic abilities or intuition and all of those things. I'm seeing a lot of you guys are like empaths as well. And I am seeing you guys gaining things. With man holding a coin, there's an energy that's bringing some gains into your life. This could be monetary or in any other way, but I'm seeing some gains. And for some of you, it could be that you are using your intuition more than like your mind to really access those gains, to unlock those gains and really bring them into your life in the month of May. I also feel that some of you could be like investing some money in like your just like mental and spiritual health or physical health. Health is a really important aspect that I'm seeing here. You're either investing money into your healthcare and wellness, and some of you are actually even able to, you're able to like gain money or earn money by providing certain services. Maybe you could be like a yoga instructor or just like a trainer, someone who's a psychic, tarot reader, an astrologist or something like that. But I'm seeing you either spending money on health and wellness or receiving money by providing services of these kind. Again, these messages are specific for just like a few of you, but otherwise the other message that I'm getting is that in the month of May, you are definitely gaining materialistically. You could be buying some new stuff, in exchange of money, of course, or you could just be gaining, earning some more money and getting more connect. I feel like everything is kind of related to the sun card here. Everything is kind of connected, that once you bring your life on track, that's the message I'm getting. You're bringing your life back on track, pile 3, in the month of May. I feel like the past few months, could have been a little like just crazy. You've just not been feeling like the energy because the sun is here now. So I feel like in the month of May is when you'll really feel the energy kick in, set in. You will start waking up early, maybe like running, going out for running and walking, taking care of your food that you put in, the thoughts that you have, the work that you do. Everything's going to align in the most beautiful way to give you the best results possible in the month of May. That's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile 3. And I just am seeing 44 in the recording screen, 44 minutes. So yeah, I feel like you're just like, and there are a lot of 4s here as well. We have 43 and 40. Number 4 represents stability. You are anchoring your life. You are grounding yourself. And I just saw 44, 44. Oh my God, yes. So I feel like your spirit guides and angels, whoever energies, you are working together with them to really ground yourself. Maybe the past 3 months have been overwhelming, they have been exhausting, they have been depressive. Everything, things, it could vary for like all of you guys, but I am seeing the change coming in the month of May. There's an energetic change, there's an energetic shift that you are going through. I feel like you've been looking forward to it, you've been wanting for it to happen for a really long time, and now is the month. May is the month when it's happening, you guys. And it's also the 5th month, okay? The sun represents Leo, which is the 5th sign. So if, let's say, we have 12 months and 12 signs, May is the month for Leos. So it's the energy, it's in the overall energy. We have the full moon energy. Interestingly, for pile 1 and 2, we had the new moon. So it was a lot about new beginnings. But for you guys, pile 3, we have a full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. I feel like the month of May is where you'll really be able to realize your true potential, how much you're able to do, what all are you capable of. You know, you're going to realize that. You're going to have a much more positive sense of self in the month of May. With full moon in Virgo as well, I feel like you guys are going to be more organized, as I said, more self-disciplined. And Virgo is the next sign that comes after Leos, right? Yes. But full moon is again, you know, we have the full sun here. Of course, sun's always full around, but we have the full moon as well. So it's like the energy is really intense. The energy is really high. And the month of May, you're just like, it's like just oozing out of your energy, out of you, the energy. It's just like, this is also like that aura energies that you see, like the aura colors, the auras around you. It's going to be orange and yellow around you. So it's going to be full of joy and love. I'm seeing joy and cheerfulness. But disciplining yourself, self-discipline is the key to achieve that happiness, is also what I'm sensing. You need to be self-disciplined. You need to put in the work. If it's not going to happen magically, you guys, pile 3, but there's a huge energy which is going to support you if you're going to take action into, you know, your health and wellness in the month of May. It's really big here. I'm just like seeing it. Next, we have the Miriam Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay. With this card, I actually see them as twins. So for some of you, it could be Gemini as well. Gemini, Virgo, Leo. But we have white lilies. Again, represents that purity. I feel like you need to cleanse. That's the message I'm getting. You need to cleanse with Virgo energy, with, you know, the 6th chakra, with the sun, the card. And this is like, see the light in all. Exactly. And there's so much light. And as I told you with the sun as well, you're moving towards light and you're leaving the shadows behind. You have crossed the shadows now, pile 3. Finally, you've moved out of those dark times and you're moving towards the sunlight. See the light in all. Choose to forgive. So there is definitely some forgiveness that you need to. I feel like for some of you guys, you need to forgive your own self. like your past self. Maybe you made some decisions in the past which didn't turn out in your favor, and you are constantly picking yourself, just like poking yourself about the wrong decisions that you've made in the past. But now is the time to heal. In the month of May, you really need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive your past self in order for your present self to be more confident and courageous to do things in the present, right? To create a much more stronger and peaceful future self. It's all connected. Unless you forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made in the past, you cannot take the right decisions in the present, which is in turn going to affect your future self, right? So I am seeing a lot of you just need to, guys, I mean, come on, we're human, right? We all go through so many situations every single day which are new to us. We can't learn everything by observing other people. So there so many times there are situations which, which are new for us and we don't know how to deal with them. And sometimes it's absolutely normal and human to make mistakes. If you are kind of like holding a grudge against your own self for doing something, it's that's the reason you're going to be in that gloomy energy, in that shadowy energy where the spirits were really trying to, make you work on those shadow self, those shadow aspects. With your good enough and with this card together, I'm seeing that we just need to forgive ourselves, okay? Every once in a while, we need to be aware of the mistakes that we have made, and we need to understand that sometimes it's inevitable. That these mistakes are basic, nothing but lessons that we have to learn in our lives. Okay, you meet a wrong person in your life, and then you move out of them, you move out of the relationship or friendship, whatever it is, and everything is a part of a much bigger plan. You guys, pile 3, you need to understand that. With the 6th chakra, you are so intuitive that if you've made a decision, you need to understand that it was meant to happen. There was a lesson for you to learn from it. All these lessons that you've learned from your past mistakes have made you the person that you are today. You've gone through that shadow phase, and that shadow phase is nothing but going through difficult times, difficult challenges, difficult relationships, right? So it was meant to happen. It was inevitable, pile 3. And now before you fully move into the light, you need to, the last step, when you're at the what do you call it, at the cusp, right, between light and dark, you need to heal. And the only way you can do that is to forgive yourself and learn from those and move on. Okay, so the next card that we have is, oh, wow. Wow, exactly. This makes so much sense. As I said, you guys have been feeling burned out, exhausted, tired, you feel fatigue, and all of those energies were just like, because you've gone through so much, pile 3. You've gone through so much. And now is the time to relax a little bit. And more than relaxing, sometimes, especially if it's like a depressive episode, or if you're someone who's more introverted, or someone who likes to keep your problems to themselves, it's not necessarily isolation that we are looking for at this point of time, right? What we're looking for is that Leo energy, that we are good enough to be with people. We do not need any validation from people. We do not need to isolate ourselves from people, yeah, I feel like this is the energy where you've been dealing with some stuff all by yourself, pile 3. And now in the month of May, with again these two energies kind of working together, I am seeing that in the month of May, you're going to be more socializing, you're going to interact with a lot more people. Gone are the days when you're spending days all by yourself. you're doing everything all by yourself. It's gone. The shadows are in the past. The darkness is behind you. And we are moving towards light here, pile 3. Beautiful. Next, we have a doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And this is so amazing because I feel like you guys have the tendency to always question yourself, the decisions that you're going to make in the future or even in the present. You always have this energy of doubt surrounding it. You're like, I'm not sure if it's going to work. Are you sure? Like, you do not trust your intuition enough, although it's super strong here, which is what I'm seeing. But do you really trust it? I feel like a lot of you guys really doubt your intuition, and you know it. You know it because when you don't trust it and you take the other way, other route, you end up making the mistakes that you need to forgive yourself for. And the times when you just like blindly trust your intuition, you are just like, you smoothly sail through problems. But this self-doubt is a problem here. And now is the time in the month of May, you need to release the need to know all the answers. Sometimes we need to let it, let the universe take care of it. Sometimes we need to trust our intuition and be like, okay, I'm just feeling like doing it. I don't know why. I don't have a valid reasoning or explanation for why am I feeling like doing this thing, but I am going to trust my intuition. I'm going to trust my God, and I'm going to go for it. Pile 3, you guys. Okay. Yes. A stronger sense of self. You need to believe in yourself more. I feel like there are times you do. It's not like you do not believe in yourself when it comes to doing things, but you just don't trust your spiritual self enough. You just don't trust your intuitive self enough. And when you try and it's also like for most of you guys, pile 3, I'm seeing like you're not someone who walks in the herd. You're like kind of like the black sheep. You know what I mean? You're like an outcast. It's not like not in a negative way, but you're like somebody who's not comfortable following societal norms, or you're looking for explanation in each and everything, be it the other person, why. If, for example, if there's a person who comes up to you, reaches out to you, and they're like, oh, I like you, there are going to be thousands of questions in your head and doubts. Why does this person like me? What do they want from me? Are they trying to do something? Like, how are they going to benefit from this? Like, or is there a hidden motive behind all of that? There are hundreds of questions that are running inside your head. And Gemini, again, someone who are like overthinkers. Now, this card in no way represents Gemini, but with this imagery, like very intuitively, I always see like the twins here, which represents the Gemini. So that's why I mentioned it. They're like crazy overthinkers, okay? And they're like, one part is like strongly connected to the intuition, but the other part is like, hey, no. Like, does your intuition have a reasoning for it? Does it have a logical reasoning? And then you go like, no, I just like felt it. And he's like, can you just like really work like that in the practical world? Or you need like more practical reasonings? And that's where all these doubts come into your head. I feel like the biggest problem for you guys, pile 3, is that you really doubt yourself and your intuition and your actions, your energy, the way you're feeling. And you need to know that you're good enough, and you need to heal, forgive yourself. You need to have a more stronger relationship with your own self. And that's why I mentioned that with the sun, this pile is all about, in the month of May, focusing in on your health and wellness, your well-being. It's important for you guys to do it in the month of May, in the Leo season, maybe even continue throughout the season of Virgo, moving into the month of June. No, Virgo is later. Leo comes first. Okay. Oh, right. Leo comes even later. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm bad at this astrological elements. But yes, Leo comes later. We're still going to be in like Taurus and Gemini energy. So sorry about that. Yes, but we do have the Gemini. But it's the sun is that Leo energy. It's the summer season. It's the season of the sun. Like strong summers. It's Leo energy that I'm getting. I'm so sorry. No. The month of May is not represented by Leo. I'm so sorry to say that. It's just like numerologically I did that because the month of May is like the fifth month, and the Leo is also the fifth sign. So that's how I said it. That's how I kind of deciphered it in my head. But yes, correction, Leo is not in the month of May. Leo season is not the May month. Okay, but that's the energy. You get it. Like, right, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed with you, pile 3. Oh my god. And what did I say? What did I just said when I was reading just with the sun card? The month of May is all about happiness for you guys. We have happy, happy. Like it's 2 times happy. It's double the happiness that you've probably been hoping for. You're going to be manifesting twice the amount of happiness. Feeling like you're in cloud 9. And she also has like a star, which represents like your wishes being fulfilled. She's connecting to an upper source. And she has beautiful wings, which are like half unseen. They're not like very clear. So you're not realizing your own potential just as yet, but that does not mean that the wings doesn't exist, right? This is a gorgeous card. I love this card so much. And the moon right here is also like smiling with you. It's an amazing card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A lot of happiness coming in for you guys for sure in the month of May. It was a slight technical mistake astrologically, but I hope you'll overlook that a little bit, okay? The last card with the oracles that we have is Mermaid's Love. Again, we have a mermaid, and she's kind of floating in the air, and we have the Birdman with feathers, and he's kind of like helping her ground, herself. He's helping her in grounding herself. Again, mermaid represents water, and the feathers represents air, which are your thoughts and your emotions. I feel like there has to be a very harmonized balance between the two. It's coming for you guys in the month of May. The right kind of balance that needs to be maintained, first of all, that has to be established and then maintained throughout the rest of the life, even, or at least the rest of the month, is the balance between your intuition and your thoughts and your mind. It's like co-creating together, right? Like you need to make sure that your mind falls in love with your intuition. I don't know if it makes sense, but I guess it does. So that's what I have for you guys, pile 3. This is all about just like leveling yourself up. Moving out. You're at the cusp between the darkness and the lightness, right in the middle, and you're moving towards lightness. And yeah, so let's look at the affirmation for you. We have, I'm worthy of abundance. Oh, wow. See, again, you are good enough. With you are good enough, it makes so much sense that you're worthy. You are good enough wherever you are to receive the abundance from the universe. It's not like you have to be, the universe doesn't have conditions, okay? There are no terms and conditions to receive the love of the universe. Remember that, pile 3. And we have happy, happy as well, which I spoke of, your wishes being coming true and all of that. Again, the sun represents abundance, with man holding a coin. For some of you, or for most of you, this could also represent like materialistic abundance, right? So I'm worthy of abundance, you guys. Please repeat after me thrice, pile 3. I'm worthy of abundance. And really believe in it. Like make your heart, mind, and soul really feel it. mind, body, soul. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of abundance. I am worthy of abundance, right? With that being said, we'll move into the tarot reading for you guys. Just a second. So, pile three, what's coming in for you for the month of May? Wow, okay. Very quickly, the cards just like fell off. We have the King of Cups as well as the Page of Cups. Wow, okay. I see a transition from King of Cups to a more Page of Cups, more cheerful, more childish, playful energy. King of Cups is someone who's aware of their emotions, right? They're willing to open up. They're willing to feel their emotions. They are comfortable expressing their emotions. That's the energy of King of Cups, someone who's compassionate, someone who's caring and loving. You know, and King of Cups is someone who there's a balance still, you know, there's kind of like that balance between the masculine and feminine energies. It's a little more mature, it's a little more calculative, the King of Cups energy, but you are transforming, kind of transitioning back to the Page of Cups. The universe is really telling you to really go back to your childhood and start behaving the way you were. Bring back that curious self, bring back that playful self, you know, put yourself out there, allow yourself to tangle in those feelings and emotions. Don't be afraid. The Page of Cups is the energy, someone who has nothing to lose, right? I feel like pile three now, you have nothing to lose and there's so much more to gain. With the rabbit, again, to me takes me back to the abundance, because the rabbit represents Venus, representing abundance, and this child is all like decked up, like ready, you know, with all the jewelry, accessories, all like decked up nicely, dressed up nicely, and he's just going out there for some adventure. He doesn't know where he's going, because he's like, his foot is in the, has been like kind of in the rope, right, in this thread, it's there, so he's not even aware of where he's going or where he's keeping his foot. His eyes are closed, but he's still happy. It's the happiness that you kind of feel when you're comfortable with the concept of unknowingness. You don't have to constantly know where you're heading. It's okay to not know where you're heading. It's okay to take one step at a time. It's okay to just feel good about where you are right now, rather than answering all those, unnecessary questions that pop in your mind. That's the Page of Cups for me. You're becoming more playful, be more curious, be more adventurous. Just, it's okay. That's what I'm getting again and again. It's okay to not know where you're heading next. You know, people talk about being aimless. They're like, oh, he's just like mindlessly walking, you know, or he's like aimless. And that's what we get from the Fool energy as well. And that's the energy that I'm getting here with the Page of Cups as well, which is like, he is just going with the flow. Okay, wow. The next card that we have is the Wheel of Fortune. I'm definitely seeing some good luck coming in here for you guys, pile three. I feel like the universe is dancing because you have finally finished the long line of challenges that you have to probably go through. And again, you guys, pile three, challenges does not always, you know, in the physical world out there, challenges are considered only like physical, or like in the physical world, where you're either struggling in your career or in your relationships. But sometimes we go through like very, very personal challenges, which people are probably not even going to be aware of, right? But that does not mean that you have not gone through challenges, or they do not qualify as one. So the Wheel of Fortune, the universe is definitely happy that you've finally moved out of all those challenges successfully. Some maybe, you know, were more difficult, some you went, move out from easily. But now the wheel needs to change. The wheel needs to turn. Things need to change. That's what I'm getting. Okay. I'm so sorry. I have like a bad throat a little bit today. We have the Judgment, which represents like rebirth and healing. So again, you're kind of going through this rebirth energy, like moving from King of Cups to the Page of Cups. Okay. And interestingly, we also had this card for you guys where we had choose to forgive in order to heal. So there's healing. You're definitely healing in the month of May. There's a lot of healing. There's moving towards sun again. You can see the monkey here. It's moving towards the sun. And we had the same card here. So you are leaving the shadows behind, moving towards light. Okay. That's also another common theme here, with Judgment representing rebirth, awakening, realizing your true potential with you are good enough, right? You need to realize your true potential. You need to awaken with that full moon energy supporting it. You need to push yourself towards that journey of rebirth and new beginnings. It's like it's like you have crossed a journey, pile 3, and now the entire scenario around you is changing. I'm seeing a 180-degree shift. And for some of you, this could be very dramatic or like in your face, but for some of you, it could be very subtle. Again, our energies really depend. But let's see, we're definitely healing here. We're definitely transitioning into a much better, happier, and positive space energetically in the month of May. Okay, so this wanted to come out. Page of Swords. We have another page, you guys. And again, see, as I mentioned, we have the sword energy, which represents your mind and intellect, and then we have the cups, which represents your intuition and your emotions, right? And you have to kind of balance these two pages together. You need to be curious, you need to be enthusiastic to learn new things, right? Kind of visualize and plan things, visualize, daydream and imagine things of the future. That's also, your imagination is also guided by the swords, not by the cups. And with Page of Cups again, like there is like that balancing energy, the opposite energy, where his eyes are absolutely closed. He's being guided by his intuition, whereas this person is also not looking at where he's moving, but he's looking ahead into the future. So that's where you create that balance between your intuition and your imagination. Okay. Wow. This is interesting, because that's what I mentioned with the mermaid's love as well, right? We have the cups energy and we have the feather swords energy kind of falling in love with each other. It's like how what if like the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords become like two best friends who are starting a new journey, fun adventure. They're young, free-spirited. They're not afraid of anything, and they're just like, oh, I faced these challenges in the past and I am good at this and you're good at that. We kind of can co-create together. We can work together, and maybe, we'll be able to face the challenges a lot more easily in the month of May. So that's what we have for you guys, pile 3 for now. Let's quickly clarify the cards. What do we have for King of Cups, please? What does the King of Cups represent here? Oh, there are so many. I'm not going to take all of them. Okay. Interesting, we have the Moon again. So King of Cups here is someone who has the a control over his mind, his or her mind, right? You need to have a proper control over your thoughts, your mind, your fear. If you need to decide whether you are going to be controlled by the mind or you are the one who's going to be controlling your mind. There is a difference, and the difference is quite huge. Are you going to let your fears and these illusions that our mind creates, are you going to give them an upper hand, or you are going to allow your intuition and that connection with your higher self and the upper hand? So because the moon represents both the things, it represents, we have the death card at the bottom. Definitely a transition is coming, some change is coming with the wheel of fortune and judgment as well. So it's like the moon represents both the things. It represents your imagination and perception, and it also represents your fears and illusions. What is it that you're going to value more or give an upper hand? What is it? What's going to control is the question. What do we have for Page of Cups, please? Okay. Wow. We have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like if you are going to be guided by your intuition in the month of May, pile 3, you are moving towards contentment, achievement, stability, materialistic abundance. There's so much that you can read with the Ten of Pentacles. There's a sense of security. If you are worried, pile 3, that if you're going to just trust your intuition and take decisions, you won't success materialistically, or you won't be able to do as well as other people do, let me tell you that if you trust your intuition, you'll do way better than people are doing around you, materialistically and monetarily as well. It's just like, again, it's like, do you have the courage to really trust your intuition? It gives me that energy, with the Ten of Pentacles, it gives me that energy that all the successful people around the world that you see, they truly trust their intuition. They're not going to show all their cards to you, but they are definitely being driven by their intuition, that inner power, which really makes them feel powerful, and they make all those right decisions, and they've reached where they have today. So it's only that this is like an extreme outer reflection of who they are. So this is what we see, all the materialistic wealth and abundance around them. But what we do not see is where they're guided from. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune with the Queen of Rods. Please focus. Okay. Let me keep it here. With the Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods is someone who knows what she wants. She trusts her spiritual self. She trusts the spiritual guidance. The wands represent spirituality. The wands represent that energy, that passion. She knows what she wants. She trusts her intuition. She's guided by it. And there is nothing and there's nobody who can make her feel otherwise. She's so confident with it. With the sunflower, again, there are a lot of sun imageries, and we have the moons as well. So it kind of like is like, again, that balance between the sun and the moon. We also have the Emperor at the bottom, which is, again, someone in power and authority, someone who's gone through difficult challenges in the past, but now he is at a much more stable position. The sword is facing downwards. He's no longer in a place where he has to fight a war. With the Queen of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, this is the kind of person you're moving into becoming. This is the person that you're becoming, or you need to become, pile 3, in the month of May. Queen of Rods. Nobody has the audacity to ask the Queen of Wands, why, on what basis are you making these decisions? And she is not answerable to them anyways. That's how you need to be. You need to make your own decisions by trusting your intuition, or whichever way you want to, and you are not answerable to anybody, at least in your personal life, right? You do not have to tell people how you reach a certain conclusion. You don't have to tell people if something went right, what did you do for it? You don't have to. It's your trade secret. It's what makes you unique. You're not supposed to show all of your cards to people. And you do not, even if you do, and they do not believe in it, let's say, you don't have to justify yourself. You know that it's working for you. The Queen of Wands, the Queen of Rods knows what her power is, where her strength lies. And there's nothing else that she needs to focus on. We have the Devil with the Judgment. Makes so much sense. This is about moving on, reaching out for help. Maybe you have in the past from the universe to allow you to detach yourself. Devil is, everyone's scared of the Devil card, but the way I see the Devil card is a necessity. It is important for us to realize what is it that's holding us back from really moving on. What is it that's stopping us? What is that comfort zone which is getting toxic? It's like the candle is almost burned out. You do not belong here anymore, but you're still here. Why? Because you're just more comfortable in the space. It's like you being used to living in the shadows. You know what I mean? You're more emotionally comfortable living in the moon, in the shadows, in the darkness, and you're afraid to move into the sunlight, with the sun card here. You're afraid. And that's where this change is coming in. The Devil is like, you do not belong here anymore. You need to move on. You need to reach out to the light. You need to get out of your comfort zone, no matter how difficult it is. Because again, self-disciplining, really establishing a routine, it's difficult. It's the Saturn energy. It's difficult. It's not easy. But the Devil is here to tell you that that's the only way for you to level up. That's the only way you can level up from where you are right now. Next, we have the Page of Swords. Last but not the least. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. This is like the most gorgeous card in this deck, first of all. It's one of my favorites. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, you guys. It's like, I feel like this combination of the Page of Cups and Page of Swords, you connecting back to your child or younger self, your inner child, that's going to be the reason of your success. We have both the cards here. We have such powerful cards here, pile 3, with the Moon and the Devil as two major arcanas, which represents the dark energies, the darkness, the shadows. You're finally being able to move on into the Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, which is everything materialistic. In this material world, you'll be able to see the results in the month of May. This is amazing. But again, one card that we have left out here is the Queen of Rods. And that's where your belief comes in. That's where your trust comes in. That's where the magic comes in with the Wheel of Fortune. How is the change going to come with the Queen of Rods? When you're going to trust yourself. When you're going to realize your power. What is it that differentiates you from others? What is unique about you? Where does your power lie? These are all the questions that you ask yourself. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is, seeking knowledge, guidance, and willingness to learn is also something that's going to bring you this independence, self-sufficiency, independence. You're going to become more self-reliant. I feel like, and again, Nine of Pentacles doesn't mean you're going to become rich overnight or by the end of the month. It speaks of the fact that Nine of Pentacles is that energy where she is like so comfortable where she is, and she knows how far she's worked, how how much she's worked hard to reach where she is, and now she's in a place where she can achieve anything that she wants to. That's the energy of abundance. So by connecting to your inner self and your inner child, you will reach that potential, with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands, that you will become unstoppable. There's going to be nothing that's going to go against you. There's nothing that you cannot manifest. There's nothing that you cannot achieve once you reach where you want to. Okay, and at the bottom we have Four of Pentacles reversed. This is about opening up. This is about allowing yourself to move out. Get rid of your insecurities. The Four of Pentacles represents holding things, hoarding things. The devil is where it comes. Letting go of those attachments. Cutting the cords. Sharing with people. Sharing your resources, assets. Sharing your knowledge. That's what the Four of Pentacles to me reversed is. It's okay to take risks as well, because the Four of Pentacles is like someone who's not willing to take risks because they feel like they might lose something. If you're going to go with the energy and the fear that you're going to lose something, you eventually will, because it's going to manifest. Especially because we have the Wheel of Fortune energy, high in manifestation. So if you open yourself up, if you do things with the energy that, whatever I'm going to share, it's going to come back to me 10 times. Whatever I'm going to share, it's going to reach back to me somewhere or the other. That's the kind of mindset you need to go into and move into in the month of, May, pile 3. So that's what I have for you guys, pile 3. If you like this video, please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. Don't miss the bell notifications so that you never miss an update whenever I post future readings like this one, because I'm going to very soon be posting the mid-monthly readings where we're going to go into more depths. We're going to see how the month of May unfolded for all of us and what the next 15 days can bring for us. So I'll be posting them maybe in the next 10 to 15 days. But yes, and check out my other playlists, on the pick a card readings. I have recently posted 2 new fresh readings, so you can go and check them out as well. Always, always thank you guys, a big hug, lots of love to support the channel. And, I hope I keep helping you and, providing you some guidance if whatever you needed, in your life. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Take care. Have a great month ahead, you guys. Love this one.